All right, hi everyone, and welcome to the Part 6 homework review. As always, this is based off of the Part 6 worksheet. We pulled 3 problems from it, and we are going to go through those 3 right now to continue to give you more guidance of Target 22 and this skill revolving around understanding the equation of a circle and how it relates to graphing it in the coordinate plane. So the 3 problems we're going to go through are 1D, 2C, and 5B, and so let's get to it. Real quick, remember, since this deals with the equation of a circle, let's remind ourselves the general equation of a circle. So we'll get an x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, and that equals r squared. And remember, our center is what h comma k is, and generally we see them as opposite inside our parentheses here because of the minus, right? And then our radius, right, is the square root of, I don't even need to write that. Our radius is the square root of this number, right, because that's r squared. So if we want the radius, we need to take the square root of it since it's being squared. All right, so let's answer these problems then. Give the center and radius of the circle based on this equation. And so our center is going to come from the x plus 8 and the y minus 1 part. Remember, it's just opposite of that. And our x value comes from the x parenthesis, y comes from the y parenthesis. And so our center is just going to be negative 8, positive 1, right? Opposite of 8, opposite of negative 1. Now our radius is a little bit weirder, and that's okay, because we're just going to get a decimal here, and that is totally fine. I just need to grab a calculator real quick. Oh, wait, no, I don't. I have one on my tablet. Crazy. All right, so remember our radius is the square root of that number. And so r squared equals 3, so our radius is going to be the square root of 3, which is okay. It's just going to give us a decimal. Let's go type the square root of 3 into our calculator, clear it. Second squared button gives us the square root. We'll put a 3 under there. We hit enter, and it says 1.7 and so on, right? So we'll say that our radius is 1.7. And that's our answer. Now, write the standard equation of the circle when given the center and the radius. All right, so here's our center, here's our radius. So we're going to do this in 2 parts. So remember, in our parentheses, it's just the opposite of these numbers. And so we are going to get x and plus 3 squared, and then a plus, and then a y minus 0 squared, and then that'll equal 1.5 squared. And so again, we're going to do it in 2 parts. Here's why. I'm going to write my final answer on this line. The x plus 3 squared should stay like that. We need all that information. But then the y minus 0, remember, we don't write the minus 0 part. And so we'll get a plus, and we'll just drop the minus 0, which leaves us with y squared, right? And then that equals 1.5 squared. Let's go to our calculator and square 1.5 and see what we get. So I'm going to type in 1.5 squared, enter, 2.25. So this equation should equal 2.25. And that'll be our answer right there. X plus 3 squared plus y squared equals 2.25. All right, so the last one, write the equation for the circle described. We are given the center, and so a lot of our equation is already taking care of itself, but we don't know our radius, and so we're going to have to use the second point to help us find it. But let's start our equation right now, right? Because again, general form, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals our r squared. And since we have our center, we already have the h and k part. Just remember it's opposite. And so we can write x minus 1 squared plus y plus 4 squared. Now, what we're trying to figure out is, what does r squared equal? And that'll finish off our equation. And we're going to do that visually, at least to start, and then we'll do it algebraically after that. And so what we should do is, let's put our center on this graph. 1, 4 means right 1, down 4. It's right there. And then it's going through the point 6, 3. So right 6, up 3. And so that's where it's going through. So our circle is something like this, right? We don't know exactly what it'll look like, but it goes through that point. Here's our center. And so if we connect these two dots, that distance is our radius. So if you remember back in the note packet, the way we found this was through the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Remember, on a coordinate plane, we can work with this process by taking our dots and dropping lines like down and over from dot to dot, and that makes a right triangle. And so then we can count over and up and down to see what the sides of that triangle is. So the bottom of it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Up and down is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units, right? And then we want to think, okay, in the a squared plus b squared equals c squared situation, across from our 90 is always c. So our r right now can replace where our c is. And so we're going to work with 5 squared and 7 squared, and it's going to end up equaling our r squared. So let's do that. 5 squared plus 7 squared equals r squared. 5 squared is 25, 7 squared is 49, and that equals r squared. And then let's add those two together. Just want to make sure I'm right. 25 plus 49 should be what? 74. 25 plus 49, 74. And so 74 equals r squared. Now, you might be tempted to square root that, because normally we finish Pythagorean theorems by square rooting both sides. But remember what we want. We actually want r squared, right? And what do we have? R squared. And so we can actually just finish this question off by saying this part of our circle equals 74. Because remember, it always equals r squared in our circle equation. And so that would be the equation of this circle. All right, I hope that helps. As always, keep working hard. Keep practicing these problems on part 6 or any of the parts. Please feel free to ask me any questions whenever you get stuck. But that concludes Unit 7 as far as notes and practice goes. And so the next day will just be our review packet. Please work hard on that. Again, ask any questions, and we will be moving on to Unit 8 very shortly. Thank you for everything you're doing, and I'm hoping you're having a really good distance learning experience. Keep it up.